surprised at all. It's who he is. It's who he is. I've always thought that he's a horrible person, and this is every bit of proof.
To help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, you know, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually.
In a shocking turn of events, Floyd Mayweather was seen tearing up during a live broadcast after longtime associate Leonard Ellerbe allegedly leaked documents suggesting the undefeated champion is facing bankruptcy.
Confusion is Tank a Mayweather Promotions fighter still? Is he not? What is his kind of still his involvement with Mayweather Promotions, or is it just all still PBC, Al Heyman?
Yeah, Tank is not signed to Mayweather Promotions.
Okay, gotcha.
He's not signed to Mayweather Promotions. His contract ran out,
yeah,
and that's fine.
Still
but as I always say, contracts don't define relationships.
Yeah.
The emotional moment left fans stunned, as Mayweather, known for his lavish lifestyle and money persona, has always portrayed an image of untouchable wealth and financial dominance. The leaked evidence, if true, could mark a major turning point in the public's perception of the former champ and raise serious questions about the real cost of living the high life.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
Happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him when he say you.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one. $1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not just another boxer. He is arguably the greatest defensive fighter of all time and one of the sport's most successful businessmen. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Mayweather turned pro in 1996 and carved out a career that would be the envy of any athlete. Known for his speed, intelligence, and masterful defense, he retired with a perfect 50-0 record. However, what truly set Mayweather apart was his ability to monetize his brand through savvy promotions, especially via his company, Mayweather Promotions, and headline-grabbing bouts against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor. Mayweather earned over $1 billion in career earnings. He flaunted his wealth unapologetically, coining the nickname Money Mayweather and turning it into a global brand. With private jets, diamond-encrusted watches, and million-dollar shopping sprees, Floyd became a living symbol of luxury and success. But as with many stories of immense wealth, there's often a darker side hidden behind the glittering facade.
17-0 in 12-round fights.
Like he tried to get Pacquiao out of here.
Exactly. Power entered the ring. He didn't get off to his fastest start.
Or try to the right anytime he gets ready.
Gets him into the corner.
Less. Using the jab as a not more than a rangefinder because it landed to land at the ropes. He wheels off those.
With a sense in his mind that he wants to do, he can do.
Mayweather because they felt that he was the obstacle to getting the fight made.
He couldn't fight as he did against Margarito, much slower.
Came in not really as up on point like Floyd was, and he got a way different outcome.
Without the tactical ammunition to open up. And in Grand Rapids,
Mayweather Promotions, founded by the legendary Floyd Mayweather Jr., quickly rose to become a dominant force in the world of boxing, with Mayweather's unmatched ring success and global fame providing the foundation. The company carved out a unique identity focused on fighter empowerment and big money bouts. Leonard Ellerbe, as the former CEO, played a crucial role in guiding the brand to new heights. Under his leadership, Mayweather Promotions was instrumental in organizing some of the most iconic and lucrative fights in boxing history. One of the most notable achievements was the historic Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao bout in 2015, which shattered pay-per-view records and generated over $600 million in revenue. Following that, the 2017 crossover mega fight between Mayweather and UFC star Conor McGregor further cemented the company's status as a promotional powerhouse, pulling in more than 4 million PPV buys. These events not only brought in staggering profits, but also drew worldwide attention, solidifying the Mayweather brand as synonymous with spectacle and success.
He's the one who told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock to come in 7 o'clock in the morning Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Leonard Ellerbe's tenure as CEO of Mayweather Promotions was defined by sharp business acumen, strategic vision, and a deep understanding of the fight game. Under his leadership, the company not only thrived financially, but also became a breeding ground for boxing's next generation of stars. One of his most notable success stories was Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Discovered and nurtured by the Mayweather Ellerbe team, Davis evolved from a promising young prospect into a global pay-per-view attraction. His thrilling knockouts, magnetic personality, and undefeated record turned him into a household name, and much of that success was credited to Ellerbe's hands-on guidance and promotion.
Hi there and welcome to Jam's Boxing Chat. This is just a quick one that the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe, has left his role with immediate effect. He's been replaced by Richard Schaefer. God knows what's going on in the Mayweather camp, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
However, when Leonard Ellerbe officially stepped away from Mayweather Promotions, it sent ripples throughout the boxing world. Gervonta Davis, who had already been expressing frustration over his promotional direction, didn't hold back. In interviews and social media posts, Davis made it clear that he felt misled and underappreciated during his time with the company. He suggested that both Ellerbe and Mayweather were more focused on business optics than fighter development toward the end. The split highlighted tensions within the once unbreakable Mayweather Promotions team, signaling that even the most successful partnerships in boxing can face turmoil behind the scenes.
Big draws, they promoted so well.
All anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big it draws, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring.
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is.
However, amid the staggering multi-million scam allegations, fresh reports are surfacing suggesting that Floyd Mayweather may, in fact, be bankrupt, a revelation that adds even more fire to the already explosive controversy. The whispers of financial collapse are no longer just rumors, but are being echoed by figures within the combat sports world. One of the most eye-opening claims came from former UFC fighter and current analyst Chael Sonnen, who has never been shy about speaking his mind. Sonnen dropped a bombshell when he alleged that the highly publicized Mayweather versus McGregor super fight, widely regarded as one of the most lucrative events in sports history, might not have been as successful as advertised. According to him, the massive spectacle was bolstered by smoke and mirrors. He claimed that many of the empty seats in the arena were quietly filled with people dressed as audience members, an elaborate ruse designed to make the venue appear sold out. As someone who attended and covered the event live, Sonnen didn't mince words, calling out the illusion created by Mayweather's PR machine. So, I mean, it's such two big draws. They promote it.
So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me.
The downfall of Floyd Mayweather seemingly began to unravel when Leonard Ellerbe, his longtime friend, advisor, and former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, officially resigned. He wasn't just a business partner. He was the architect behind many of Mayweather's most profitable moves outside the ring. For years, he handled negotiations, oversaw event promotions, and helped maintain the pristine image of the Money brand. His presence allowed Mayweather to focus on boxing while still capitalizing on every dollar his name could generate. Ellerbe's departure marked more than just a business split. It was the start of a slow collapse of the empire they built together. Without his strategic leadership and insider knowledge of the fight industry, cracks began to appear in Mayweather's operations. Promotions lacked the same energy, new fighters began distancing themselves from the brand, and whispers of financial mismanagement started to surface. Internally, sources claim that Floyd struggled to keep up with the logistics and decision-making once handled by Ellerbe. With no trusted right-hand man to guide him, Mayweather's empire began to lose direction.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. You know, he basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you," you know? And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. You know, with that's what I was. For real? That's what I was.
Whispers in boxing circles began to grow louder as murmurs of internal conflict at Mayweather Promotions turned into full-blown speculation. Behind the glitz and glamour, sources close to the situation hinted that Leonard Ellerbe hadn't stepped down willingly, but had been quietly ousted. While no official statements confirmed this theory, the silence from Floyd Mayweather himself only added fuel to the fire. For someone known for his flamboyant persona and tendency to control the narrative, Floyd's decision to remain tight-lipped was unusual, raising eyebrows across the industry.
Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah. Uh-huh. Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards it is, okay? Because when you earn it, you, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
When Leonard Ellerbe stepped down from his role as CEO of Mayweather Promotions, the company needed someone with both experience and vision to maintain its prominence in the boxing world. Richard Schaefer, former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, was the strongest candidate for the position. Schaefer's appointment was seen as a strategic move due to his vast experience and success in promoting high-profile fights, including the iconic Mayweather versus De La Hoya bout. Schaefer's deep industry connections and sharp negotiating skills made him a natural fit to steer Mayweather Promotions through its uncertain future. However, despite his credentials, Schaefer faced a daunting challenge. Ellerbe had been more than just a businessman to Floyd Mayweather. He was a trusted partner who helped shape Mayweather Promotions into a global powerhouse. The timeline of Ellerbe's departure appeared to align closely with the escalating feud between Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Once considered the heir to Mayweather's throne, Davis had grown increasingly vocal about his dissatisfaction with the way he was being promoted. He took to social media multiple times to air his grievances, targeting both the company and Mayweather directly. Some insiders believe Davis's rising influence may have driven a wedge between Ellerbe and Floyd. Ellerbe, who played a major role in developing Tank's career, may have found himself caught in the crossfire, forced to choose sides in a power struggle between the protege and the mentor. Ultimately, this tension may have contributed to the unraveling of the once powerful alliance at the heart of Mayweather Promotions.
Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Floyd Mayweather had both inside and outside the ring clashes with Gervonta Davis. Their feud played out in public, with Mayweather expressing frustration over Davis's behavior and commitment. In one of his tweets, Gervonta Davis openly called Floyd __, which he deleted afterwards. Leonard Ellerbe, however, remained steadfast in his support for the young fighter. He believed in Davis's potential and saw him as the future face of the sport. Before Floyd became the larger-than-life persona known as Money Mayweather, his financial troubles were already brewing beneath the surface. Long before the private jets, luxury watches, and Instagram flexes, there were signs that all wasn't as solid as it seemed. Reports emerged that Floyd was facing serious jail time due to unpaid taxes. A shocking twist for someone who frequently boasted about being the highest-paid athlete in the world. In a desperate attempt to avoid prison, he reportedly borrowed $2 million just to cover a portion of his IRS debt. This wasn't the move of a financial mastermind, it was the behavior of someone scrambling to maintain an image while barely staying afloat. At one point, Mayweather's outstanding tax bill reached a staggering $22.2 million. That figure alone paints a grim picture of someone whose spending may have far outpaced his earnings, or at the very least, his financial planning. For a man who claimed to sleep on piles of cash and flaunted millions in jewelry, that kind of debt raised more than a few eyebrows. It revealed a truth fans were reluctant to accept. Maybe the empire Floyd built wasn't as indestructible as it looked, and the money nickname might have been more illusion than reality.
Comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers vs. Mavericks game, but before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. I don't want to show my face, but Floyd just gave us $30,000, Reynolds, one of the men, said after receiving the gift.
Now, in the latest and perhaps most damning blow to Floyd Mayweather's reputation, he is facing multiple scam allegations that threaten to dismantle whatever remains of his once glorious empire. At the center of these controversies is a staggering $42 million property scam that has rocked the boxing and business communities alike. According to reports, Floyd was allegedly involved in a fraudulent real estate investment scheme where investors were promised massive returns on luxury developments that either never existed or failed to materialize. The alleged scam involved misleading investors into pouring millions into properties supposedly backed or promoted by Mayweather's name and brand. Victims claim they were shown fabricated documents, doctored financial projections, and even fake blueprints. all designed to give the illusion of legitimacy. Floyd's public association with the project helped lure in high-profile investors, many of whom now feel betrayed. When reports surfaced that Floyd Mayweather had made generous donations to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, many initially praised the gesture, seeing it as a rare instance of his giving back to the community. However, the admiration was short-lived. Soon after, Mayweather posted a series of Instagram photos showing himself enjoying the high life in Dubai at the exact same time the donations were supposedly made. The contradiction between his social media presence and the timeline of the donation raised suspicions. Was this an attempt to repair his tarnished image amid growing financial scandals? If so, it backfired spectacularly, casting doubt on his sincerity and further eroding his credibility. The situation took an even darker turn when Gervonta Davis, once a mentee of Mayweather, made a shocking claim. According to Davis, Mayweather wasn't globetrotting as he had led the public to believe, but was allegedly held hostage in Dubai due to unpaid debts. The debts were reportedly linked to luxury jewelry and items he had failed to pay for. Davis's bold accusations sent shockwaves through the boxing world, amplifying the mounting doubts surrounding Mayweather's financial stability and integrity. What was once a small controversy quickly snowballed into a full-blown scandal.